I am totally awesome and fine with Disney buying the rights to Star Wars. Okay? Just please pick a damn good director, someone who's already a fan, who knows the subject, who preferably even read the books. I don't know. Is Christopher Nolan free after the Dark? Well, if Christopher Nolan directed new Star Wars movies, he'd probably have all the Jedi sound like this. I am a Jedi, and we're gonna here to save the galaxy. Huh? I don't know. But come on. Get a damn good director. Make sure you have some people back you up. Now, you might want to have some genuine Star Wars nerds, like, know what you're doing is right, because you know you got to please a very diehard fan base that is anal about everything. I don't give a shit that Chewie didn't get a medal, or Han shot first, no, Guido shot first, just show me this! And so on. The thing is this. Ask some consultants to make sure you know what you're doing right. Now, I'll make a suggestion. I'm probably going to hate me for saying this, but I'm not a big fan of this guy. I think he's a little overrated. Maybe I'm jealous that he's rich and famous for being a nerd. But you might want to ask Kevin Smith. I know he's really popular amongst the nerd community. He's a huge Star Wars geek. Ask Kevin Smith, maybe not to direct, but maybe come along as a consultant. Maybe help you with a few scenes. Make sure you do it right and so on. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm not the biggest Kevin Smith fan. When I was in college, it was like, oh, you got to say Jay and Silent Bob, Jay and Silent Bob. I didn't think they were that funny. I mean, the funniest joke that I saw with Jay and Silent Bob was in Dogma when Chris Rock falls from the sky naked. And, Jay's all like, dude, naked dudes don't fall from the sky. Naked chicks don't fall from the sky. Oh, damn. Okay, that was the funniest Jay and Silent Bob joke for me. Other than that, I didn't get what college students. I guess you had to be stoned to enjoy it. Anyway, back to Star Wars. Again, I make a suggestion. Please, you've got to do something about the prequels. Tweak it. Rescript it, shoot extra scenes so it makes more sense. I don't know. Now, I know that Star Wars geeks are going to say, dude, you should read the extended universe. It explains everything. It's the movies that count. It's the movies that count. Yes, the extended universe isn't very important to understand for a Star Wars geek. But I feel sorry for those moviegoers. My mom loves Star Wars, but she will not read any of the books. She will not play the video games. Die-hard Star Wars geek. She hated the prequels because, in the original Star Wars, they at least explained everything. They showed you everything. They showed you the Empire was evil. You didn't have to guess the Empire was evil. They blew up Alderaan and tried to kill Luke. In the prequels, you're told the Trade Federation is evil because they're evil and greedy. And I guess they took over Naboo, but they just parked their ships. They didn't blow anything up, or they blew a little. I don't know. You can totally have issues with it. But like I said, my suggestion is please do something about the prequels because it's poisoning Star Wars' image right now. Now that you own it, Disney, please tweak it. Do something. Keep all the cool stuff. Keep the clone troopers. They were awesome, but the peach-colored battle droids, the ones that look like toothpicks, replace those with the ones from Episode 2, the ones that were all iron, and so on. Well, let's go on to where Star Wars is going forward now. Star Wars, they're making episodes 7, 8, 9. They probably even already got started on it. Now, here's where I'm going to talk about the extended universe. Now, when I was a kid in high school, I did read the Star Wars novels that took place because I was really curious to find out what happened after Endor. Now, when I heard there was new Star Wars movies, I was hoping against hope that would be, the continuing saga after Endor. Because, it's prequels, you're going to learn about Vader. It's like, okay. Now, I know some people are shocked and surprised. Lucas said there'd be no more Star Wars movies after 3. I always knew that was bullshit. Okay? Really, I always knew that was... I knew this day would come, which is why I'm kind of happy that we're finally going to move away from the damn prequels and get into the cool stuff. We're going to get past Endor. Luke is now a full Jedi Knight, a grown-up. Han Solo's going to... Spoiler alert! Han Solo's going to marry Leia, and they're going to have kids. And I remember the kids' names. Jason, Jenna, and Anakin. I read the books, where Han marries Leia, where they fight remnants of the Empire. Because you might think, oh, well, Emperor's dead, Darth Vader's dead, Empire's over, right? Wrong! Another thing Lucas screwed up on when he redid Return of the Jedi. He shows the whole galaxy celebrating. Lucas, did you not read the Extended Universe books? The war from the rebellions in the Empire continues for at least another 6 to 10 years. Yes, the New Republic is born. Yes, democracy returns to the galaxy, but the Empire still has control of parts of the galaxy long after Return of the Jedi. They have to face Moff Seardon, some other Moffs, some other governors. They gotta take care. They gotta face other Sith lords. There's even witches. I remember there's the witches of Dathumas. I forgot the name of that. I haven't read the Star Wars novels in a long time. Now I will say this: I haven't read the Star Wars books in like 10 years, and I know I'm way behind. I know they're probably way deep. They're probably like 60 to 100 years after Return of the Jedi by now. From what I've heard, it gets really, really dark once it gets to 50, 60 years after Return of the Jedi. The question is, now we know there's going to be an episode 7, 8, and 9. The question is when. Are they going to take it from one of the Star Wars books? Is it going to be Heir to the Empire? Is it going to be Rogue Squadron? Is it going to be where Han Solo marries Leia? And so on. Or are they going to go in deeper? Here's my guess. My guess is episode 7, 8, 9 is going to be pretty deep after Return of the Jedi. I know we want to see Han Solo and Leia's marriage, but that's more of an in-between stuff. More like a made-for-TV special. We know we want to see the Republic be reborn, and I'd love to see more Rogue Squadron stuff. That was another thing. I gotta mention this. All right. I'll have that for a line of thought. I gotta finish my thought here. My guess for episodes 7, 8, and 9 is that it's going to be a whole new trilogy, just like, you know how each trilogy, each saga, had its own theme. The original saga was the Empire and Rebels. The prequels was Federation versus Republic, Jedi's controlling everything, and it being between clones and robots. But the prequels was all political. It was very politically preachy. The original saga, was more simple, more black and white. Here is my guess. I'm going to take a guess about where 7, 8, and 9 is going to go. But first, let me summarize the other two prequels. The original saga was about rebels fighting an evil empire, but an evil empire that was capable of blowing up planets, entire star systems. It meant freedom or total annihilation. And believe it or not, that had political ramifications back then. Because when was the original saga made? The original Star Wars saga was made in the 70s and 80s, right in the middle of the Cold War. The Death Star? That was reminiscent of the Cold War. The Death Star able to blow up the whole planet? Well, we were capable of blowing up the whole planet. It was, a lot of people wondered if the Empire represented the Soviet Union and the rebels represented America, or other people said, no, the Empire is America and the rebels are like, the hippies and whatnot. So that's another thing why I love the original trilogy better, is because it can be interpreted any way you want. It's open for interpretation, whereas the prequels are a lot more preachy and to the point. It's like, oh, no room for interpretation. The thing is, the original saga was reminiscent about the Cold War. It was about the signs of the times, so it resonates with the audience. Now, the prequels was, who were the bad guys again? It was the Trade Federation. Who were they? A corporation with a private droid army. Ooh, greed. Corporations. But then I realized, hold on. What do we have right now? Occupy Wall Street. We're all angry at millionaires and billionaires right now. Even back in the 90s, there was a lot of angst towards corporations. So corporations were the bad guys in the prequels. And you needed more government. The Republic turning into an empire to come save the day. And so on. So it was topical. There was also a lot of anti-war stuff being talked from Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman confirmed that when Episode 3 came out, that yeah, there's some reminiscence to political stuff going on because of the war in Iraq and Afghanistan at the time. So the question is, what is 7, 8, and 9 going to be about that will resonate with this generation? I'm going to take a guess about who the bad guys are going to be. Not race-wise or exactly who the bad guys, but I think I know what type of bad guy. I think the type of bad guy they're going to have in the sequels in 7, 8, and 9 are going to be religious extremists. Now, like I said, I have not read the Star Wars novels, and I'm probably going to look this up. It might even be in the description. I do recall that after the Empire, the Jedi's come across a new villain that I believe is from another galaxy. It's a galaxy invading another galaxy. Now, that alone is a great story arc for a 7, 8, and 9. But these guys are different. They're not like the Empire. They're religious extremists or environmental extremists or something. They blow up one of the moons of Coruscant, and they attack the rebels in the New Republic because they find it to be blasphemous or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody's read the books. And a new resurgence of the Sith, and so on. So my guess is the villains in 7, 8, and 9 are going to be either religious or environmental or political extremists, which is what people are worried about right now. Or that the Republic is the New Republic is struggling with their new economy. I mean, you destroyed an empire which originally controlled all the assets and resources, so how do you start an economy? So that's my guess. But here is what I would like Disney to do. Here's my request as promised. Disney, I have some requests for the Star Wars sequels. All right, first of all, please bring back Rogue Squadron. Please. I want Wedge Antilles to be a main character this time. Now it's like, Wedge Antilles, he's the pussy. He's the pussy who flew out of the first Death Star. Yeah. And he's also the one who blew up the second Death Star. Everybody forgets that about Wedge Antilles. He helped blow up the second Death Star. And he also fought in the Battle of Hoth. And he saved Luke's life in the first one. Now, for those of us who've read the books, see, I read the Rogue Squadron books. I read the X-Wing stuff. I was really into X-Wings as a kid. So I messaged Disney, please bring back the X-Wings. Please, I would love you forever if we get space. That was another reason why I hated the prequels. Not enough space battles. Oh, sure, there was the space battle at the end of Phantom Menace, but that was weak with a capital W. I mean, Anakin just accidentally flying in there and accidentally blowing the place up. Dumb. And I was upset at the beginning of 3 when they had that big space battle over Coruscant, right? I'm like, oh right! And then the clone says, S-Foils into attack position. I'm singing in the theater, like, oh yes, this is it. S-Foils into attack position, here we go. Space battle, but no, we're just gonna follow Anakin and Obi-Wan the whole time. I was like, aren't they gonna go cut back to the battle? They did that in Return of the Jedi. We follow, they show clips of Endor, cut to the space battle, cut to Luke fighting Darth Vader. No, they didn't do that. We're just gonna follow Anakin and Obi-Wan arguing with each other like a gay couple. So I was really upset. I was like, couldn't Captain Antilles, he was in episode 3, Wedge Antilles' dad, he was a captain, couldn't he have been like leading the battle of the space? I wanted to see a space battle similar to what we saw, because my 3 favorite moments in the original saga are the Death Star battle in New Hope, the Battle of Hoth in Empire Strikes Back, and the space battle in Return of the Jedi. Space battles which were sorely missing in the prequels. Another reason why I didn't like it. So please bring back space battles in episodes 7, 8, 9. I would love you forever, Disney, if you bring those back. So, and now there's rumors that, are they going to bring back Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher back? Are you kidding me? I'm sorry. If they should have thought of this 25 years ago, or 15 years ago at the latest. Unless they make it all CGI, and maybe they could voice act over. But on that, one more request for Disney. Like I said, I doubt Disney will remake episodes 1, 2, and 3 because that'll cost a friggin' fortune. But I still think you could spare a couple of million and tweak it. Shoot a few extra scenes, fix some stuff, explain some things. You own it now! But I'd like to make a suggestion. If I had the money, if I won the Powerball and I bought the rights to Star Wars, you know what movie I would make even before 7, 8, and 9? I would make a Star Wars movie released in theaters, Shadows of the Empire. Now, I want to ask my age group, does anybody remember Shadows of the Empire? Either the book or the N64 video game. Because I read the book and I played the game. Loved Shadows of the Empire. Shadows of the Empire was effing awesome, and that should be released in theaters. Hell, that should be a 3-part trilogy released in theaters. You got Dash Rendar, you got Heather X-Wing Squadron with Core and Horn. Oh, and hey, all you Boba Fett fans, Boba Fett's the main character in Shadows of the Empire. Shadows of the Empire is awesome because it takes place in between Empire Strikes Back, but before Return of the Jedi. So it'll be episode like 5.5. I don't know, I doubt they get away with that, but Disney, think about it. Shadows of the Empire, go look it up. You own the rights to Star Wars now, you can make that if you want to. Do it! Anyway, so everyone's all upset that Disney bought the rights to Star Wars. I'm not upset. Please, take it away from Lucas. He's hurting himself. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing anymore. I also find Lucas to be a hypocrite. Because I saw an interview with Lucas where he was bashing, well, you know, I grew up and wanted to make a statement to corporations and those evil rich people in Hollywood. Lucas! You're the head of a corporation! Lucasfilm, and all the special effects companies, Industrial Light and Sound. And then, man,
merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made. Spaceballs the t-shirt, Spaceballs the coloring book, Spaceballs the lunchbox, Spaceballs the breakfast cereal, Spaceballs the flamethrower. The kids love this one.